Hello and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am the Crushinator and I will be your host for tonight's matchup between TRSG Knights and Nerf the Smurfs here in this Division D West matchup. Our lobby is looking good, looking almost ready to go. I'll let them know that I'm ready. And let's take it over to the tail of the tape. Let you know about our two teams today. TRSG Knights coming into tonight's matchup at 1-5 on the match record, 3-10 so far in the maps. Volskaya and Cursed Hollow are the best maps so far for TRSG, and best heroes so far: 2-0 on Varian, 2-0 on Tassadar, and 2-3 on Kael'thas thus far in the season. Nerf the Smurfs coming into tonight's matchup at 2 wins and 3 losses on the match record, 5-8 on the maps. So far they are 2-0 on Infernal Shrines, 1-1 on Battlefield of Eternity. Best heroes so far at 3-1 is Tychus, 2-1 is Mei, and 2-1 as Tyrande. Very interesting mix of heroes from Nerf the Smurfs. Want to see whether that Tychus comes out. That's a good Tychus player is definitely something to see. Looks like this lobby is about to be ready, so let's take it over to the map screen, let you know about tonight's matchup. Battlefield of Eternity and Infernal Shrines were banned away by TRSG Knights doing their homework there. And Hanamura Temple and Alterac Pass were banned away by Nerf the Smurfs. And Nerf the Smurfs is bringing us to Towers of Doom for game number 1. Frostman Pat in the chat, let's go Knights! Cheering on the home team today. Double checking with the teams, making sure everything's good to go. I believe we're all set, but we'll take it to me for just a moment and check in with you as our teams are about to be. Looks like they're saying they're ready and stuff. Fantastic. I've just had a nice long day of cooling out. I've been on vacation. Well, vacation. I had a few days that I could take, so I took them off work. Yesterday I spent most of the day building a bed, and today I've just been chill. It's been nice. And we got a nice late night matchup here. Got my water with me. Oh, gonna need to refill that. Hope everyone's having as good a day as I've had and are ready for some Heroes of the Storm action. And here it goes, Towers of Doom. Towers of Doom is underway here. It will be TRSG Knights that have first pick. So we'll see. They did their homework on the map bans. We'll see whether they've done their homework on the hero bans here. We saw Mei, Tyrande, and Tychus near the top of the win rates for Nerf the Smurfs. Not exactly the highest meta picks, but, you know, Mei's pretty good for tanks. Not exactly the top tier tank right now. But Tyrande can absolutely do some work in the hands of a well-skilled player. That super long-range stun is always in vogue. But we'll see what they want to ban away first. Towers of Doom, you're thinking about controlling tank picks, you're thinking about your off lane. Often you're going to see a double soaking off laner. Will be Mei banned away, so taking away the best tank from Nerf the Smurfs right off the bat. Now it will be Nerf the Smurfs' chance to respond. I'm trying to remember from the tail of the tape. I don't believe there were any. It was Varian that was the big winning tank here. It will be Li Ming banned away though. Pretty popular mage on Towers of Doom. Can siege from a distance from pretty safe zones, and can interrupt the channels from quite a distance away. So we're going to take away the wizard from Chaldeum. TRSG next to act here. Speaking of interrupting from a distance, sometimes you'll see Chromies, Hanzos, even Asmodans taken for that particular job. It's going to be the Johanna ban, so just choking down on the available tanks here. We'll see whether TRSG wants to pick up a tank first pick. They're certainly setting up for it. Nerf the Smurfs. It's going to further choke down on the tanks. Interesting strategy. So, taking away... I mean, ETC was recently nerfed. It's still too early to tell whether that knocks ETC off of S tier. Sinclip 808 is going to take Stukov first. Interesting. Stukov, a big playmaking support player, or a playmaking support hero. With that silence, with that long distance slow, you can definitely see Stukov right in the thick of it when it comes to highlight plays. Neon? I'm gonna go with Neon. Taking the Gazlo and Iramrab. Oh, these are some tough names today. Taking the Chromie right off the bat here. Iramrab. I'm gonna go with that. Iramrab and Neon. Gazlo and Chromie here. So it will be the variant coming in for Selim 11, and Howlin' Knight will grab that Tychus. So they're taking their taking some comforts here. Tychus stolen away from Nerf the Smurfs. And Varian picked up. Varian is one that's kind of feast or famine here on Towers of Doom, I find. If you play an aggressive brand of Varian, if you try to interrupt those rotations, you can definitely get some work done. But in terms of sieging and defending a siege, Varian can suffer a little bit. So if TRSG Knights can get the fights that they want, I think they can do very, very well with Varian here. It is Kael'thas going to be banned away. Definitely a strong mage. Further choking down the mage options is Nerf the Smurfs. TRSG Knights, they're looking at a Gazlo and Chromie across from them. There's a lot of tanks already banned, and they've got their Varian. But it is going to be the Diablo ban, so that pretty much leaves Garrosh in terms of the standard tanks still available. Otherwise, you're moving down to stuff like Murden, you're moving to a Nubarak, possibly even a Stitches. Which are possibilities with the Chromie. You do sometimes see the Anubarak just hold people still for a second and let Chromie let loose. Stitches, land the hook, line it up with the Dragon's Breath. So we'll see what they want to move into here. It will be the Anubarak coming out from True Saint, and Novapunk is going to grab the Vala. Vala, as always, a little bit squishy, but a siege monster to be sure, one of the highest damage output heroes in the game, if left to her own devices. Fauna snapping up the Diva, making it all the way down to the bottom of the draft here to go against that Gazlo, so it's going to be a rework matchup in the off lane. And it's just Lugo is going to round things out with a Tassadar, managing to weave their way through all of the mage bans and picks and land on the Protoss Prophet. Diet Llama. Gotta think about a healer now here for Nerf the Smurfs. There's still Deckard available. Anna's still on the table. Lots of different options here. You might even see a Rhaegar alongside this Vala Gazlo. See what Diet Llama wants to pick up here. It is going to be the Tyrande, so going with the Tyrande with this composition, so just really laying on the stuns, is Nerf the Smurfs. Alrighty. Our teams are set. We've got the Varian pick comp versus the Hold 'em Still Anubarak Tyrande follow-up. It's a lot of damage in the backline of Nerf the Smurfs. We'll see whether TRSG has the answer. Towers of Doom game number 1 is about to get underway. Here we go. Loading on in here to Towers of Doom. Got some very high damage output teams. These fights are going to be quick and powerful here on Towers of Doom. I'm interested to see Gazlo and Diva. Not exactly known for their double soaking. Diva a little bit better at double soaking these days. But we could have an alternate sort of setup. We'll have to see as we get into game number 1 here. And here we go. On the left in the blue, we have TRSG Knights with Thana playing the Diva. Selim 11 on the Varian. Howlin' Knight is playing Tychus. It's just Lugo on the Tassadar and Sinclip 808 on the Tychus. On the right, in the red, we have Nerf the Smurfs with Diet Llama playing the Tyrande. Novapunk is on Vala. Iramrab is on the Chromie. True Saint is playing Anubarak. And Neon on the Gazlo, that new SCV skin. Here we go. Game number 1, Towers of Doom, is underway. The Tyrande Owl finds Varian. What a shot. Howlin' Knight, reminding both teams about the medallion. Very nice. Tassadar going to be looking for those Q stacks on level 1. Vala with the Caltrops on 1, looking to keep that trait nice and high. And there's the stun combo onto Thana, and Diva's going to have to start backing on out of there. The Stukov silence zoning for the rest of TRSG Knights. It is the deep breathing quest on Chromie, as we see Diva and Gazlo headed down, or headed up to the top lane, and our teams are going to start their rotation. Selim going right in there, right from level 1 on Varian. Varian definitely has to be careful before that health bump comes through on level 4. We're playing nice and aggressively right off the bat. That bodes well for this Varian comp. So we see wave clear is definitely on the side of TRSG Knights to start things off. Looks like they're going to move on back. Tyrande Owl splits the teams, and they're both going to start up these sapper camps. Checking out on the solo laners, it looks like Neon is moving up and down towards the mid lane. Thana trying to catch up with this top wave. So right now it's looking like Gazlo has the better of this exchange for now. So our team's grabbing their sapper camps and moving back down to the bottom lane. Salim taking a little bit of damage there on the front line, taking that Hunter's Mark from Tyrande. Negative 15 armor can really hurt those tanks. You see those owls coming out from Tyrande, dealing some big damage as well. True Saint looking for a possible flank here onto the edge. Howlin' Knight pushing back with that Tychus damage. There's the slow. True Saint is being burned down a little bit, being kept healthy by Diet Llama for now. Both teams just really looking for an angle, looking for a way to move in, and not really finding it, as we see Chromie has to back. Checking in on the top lane, Thana seems to have the better of Neoni right now. With that moving body block, Gazlo could be in trouble here. There's the small shield. Diva is on the chase, gets the booster, and there goes Diablo in the top lane. Diva draws first blood in the solo lane for our two teams. It's just Lugo dropping the force wall to halt the chase against Salem. We will see. Our teams continue to rotate here, as Diva getting some big damage in the top lane with the absence of Gazlo. We are moving into the first triple altar phase of the game. Diva gonna have to be careful, as it looks like we have a rotation up to the top lane from Chromie here. Checking in on the bottom lane, True Saint is cut off by the rest of TRSG Knights. The taunt is online. They want to find the Anubarak, but will burrow under that wall. Looks like Tyrande for Nerf the Smurfs is moving across the map. Thana is taken out by Neon. Popped out of the mech and then ultimately killed. And that's Nerf the Smurfs taking both of the top altars. There's the taunt onto Vala. A lot of damage onto the Death Hunter. The Demon Hunter, I should say. Counter damage onto Anubarak is good, though, and TRSG Knights pick up the kill onto the opposing tank. So right off the bat, these teams trading blows around this first objective. 36 shots to 32 for Nerf the Smurfs. And pretty even on experience so far. If we check in on that, we see that TRSG is a little ahead on those hero kills, ahead on the minions now that they've moved down to the bottom lane and get that big jump ahead. So they now have level 7. Thana working on that mech. Gets the drop down, trying to chase Gazlo out of there once again. Salem keeping an eye on that right side sapper camp as the rest of the team working on their own. Could we see an invade here? Looks like TRSG is moving across the map, flying right in there, getting the stun onto, or the taunt onto Tyrande. A big silence zone from Stukov is keeping True Saint stuck there, finally getting the chance to burrow out. Salem playing very aggressively on the front line, gets the charge onto Chromie. Neon coming in from the solo lane. There goes Anubarak once again, though. And TRSG is doing a great job of picking up the kills onto the enemy tank. Still thinking about grabbing this sapper. Can Salem get in there? No, not in time, but it will be in time to get the kill onto Taronda. They're going to have to take the opportunity to clear out these sappers on the spot. And TRSG Knights are coming in hard and hot here in the opening game of Towers of Doom. We do have a single altar phase coming up, and it looks like it will be going over to TRSG Knights. This is the rest of the team preventing Chromie from moving in and interrupting. True Saint back in the battlefield. Trying to push back. Taronda will not get the interrupt. Sending out that owl just a second too late from the base there. Checking back in on our solo laners. Thana just clearing the mid wave. Neon throwing a lot of experience into that wall. We'll see whether Thana can get up there and grab some of that. Looks like they will be able to. The push continues here in the bottom lane. Tychus stopped by the time trap, and you see the slowing sands of Chromie is up. Taunt once again onto Anubrak. That silence follow-up is so deadly, preventing the escape and the burrow out of Anubrak that the bug so heavily relies on. Stukov is really, really countering that Anubrak choice. Heroics are online for TRSG Knights. We do have the massive shove, the micro missiles, Thor coming out from Tychus. And Black Hole from Tassadar, and Varian still thinking about it. Neon could be next. The charge and taunt is there. Massive shove just for good measure. And there goes Gazlo. And this is where the roaming Varian comp can really get some work done. We're going to need to see Nerf the Smurfs playing a lot more carefully, moving together as a group to try to deny the pick potential from this Varian composition. Varian did end up choosing the shield wall on 10. We have a double altar phase down here in the bottom lane. D.Va looking like they may be discovered. Vala catching some of this soak. The rest of the team, Nerf the Smurfs, is coming on up here. Looks like Thana is feeling the heat. I'm gonna move on out. Just keeping an eye on things. Deciding to give up that camp. Gazlo in the bottom lane. Varian trying to stall for time, getting the taunt out. There's the force wall. The rest of the team just a little bit late. That gravel bomb did catch everybody, but with no one there to follow up, that's an ult down. True Saint trying to get a capture? Yes, it actually works. It's Nerf the Smurf stealing that top altar. Salem may pay the price. Oh, popping that unstoppable at exactly the right moment and able to walk away. Very good use of the Gladiator's Medallion. Checking in on the level 10s of Nerf the Smurfs. It is the Cocoon, the Shadow Stalk coming in for Taronda. We saw the Gravel Bomb generator from Gazlo, the Rain of Vengeance, and the Slowing Sands. It looks like we have another camp invade here, but a great protect coming in from Nerf the Smurfs secures the camp, and they're looking for a counter engage. The stun combo onto Salem is crazy, but Varian staying alive for now. Howler Knight with that Odin just peppering the backline of Nerf the Smurfs. And nobody dead. A great defense and counter engage. The taunt is there onto Chromie. There's the silence combo once again, trapping Anubrak. True Saint looking for an opportunity to burrow out, and will do it. And it looks like Nerf the Smurfs is starting to get wise to this engage combination. We'll see whether TRSG can keep it up here. Very even so far, but it is about to be level 13 for TRSG Knights. Salem once again looking for an engage. Gazlo may be stepping out a little too far. The slow from the micro missiles is there. Oh my goodness, look at that medallion. Stopping the slow, but does not stop the taunt. That's going to be Gazlo going down. The counter engage coming in though, and Nubrak going right into the thick of things. Black Hole pushes back Nerf the Smurfs backline, but Salem still going down. Counter kill onto Nubrak is good. Thana throws out the D.Va bomb. Oh my goodness, almost taken out by Vala, waiting for that mech to come back down. But that's a 2-for-1 for TRSG, as this is a double top lane altar.
The time is now.
Sinclip moving across the map. D.Va trying to get over for the interrupt. It looks like Howler Knight will have the left side altar as Neon is back on the battlefield. Sinclip getting hit. Oh, the micro missiles are stopped by the architecture of the altar, and that's going to go over to Nerf the Smurfs. And we are once again even on tower shots. Salem just now getting back onto the battlefield, looking to possibly rotate onto Gazlo once again. Here they come. Salem gets the throw, gets the taunt, looking for the body block. Gravel Bomb is out defensively again. The force wall is good, and there goes Gazlo. That's going to force Nerf the Smurfs to rotate to the top lane for this defense. That does leave True Saint alone in the bottom lane, getting some push done. This bottom lane, very, very important here on Towers of Doom. Fauna pushing back Novapunk and Diet Llama. The rest of the crew actually looking at boss. Iramrab seeing it. Can Anub'arak get up here in time? Salem coming around. There's the Rain of Vengeance. Can True Saint get onto the point? Yes, the contest is there. The taunt is good onto Anub'arak. True Saint being absolutely burnt. Black Hole is out, but that's Stukov killed in response. Blue team does pick up the boss, but they're going to have to run away fast. Salem trying to heal up off that Lion's Maw. Will manage to get away. It's just Lugo being dismounted by the Gazlo turret. And a very risky call onto that boss ends up paying off for TRSG. They lose their healer, but they kill the enemy tank. And we now have a triple altar phase coming in. The downed members from the last fight will be back up. Gazlo been ganked one too many times, just going to go hang near the wall. Not going to get caught this time. We have the triple altar face. Howlin' Knight hanging out on the right-hand side. Iramrab hanging out on the other.
Activate them.
True Saint is pushed away by Howlin' Knight here. Diva is going to have to fend away Neon in the top lane. Novapunk coming on down. There's the Rain of Vengeance. Oh, but is caught by the Force Wall. Novapunk taken out here. Bottom altar has been taken by TRSG. And those Tassadar bolts going down that alley are doing big damage to Tyrande and to Chromie. Meanwhile, in the top lane, we do just have a stalemate. It's the only altar left on the map. Check it in on those deaths in the chat. 5 deaths to Anub'arak, 4 to Gazlo. As the chase continuing here, that slowing sand's doing so much to Diva. So TRSG with only 3 deaths would pick it up most of their deaths onto the enemy tank and solo laner. Looks like TRSG thinking about that left side sapper camp. Salem trying to avoid the poke damage of Diet Llama and Iramrab. Finds True Saint in the bush. This could be trouble here for Salem. The shield wall used once again, trying to get away, evades the Tyrande stun. Tassadar is thrown into the cocoon. And Chromie is just shelling the backline of TRSG. Trying to move in for this camp steal. True Saint is going to step onto the point. The Black Hole is out, but not in time. Howlin' Knight could be taken out here by Novapunk. The Force Wall comes up, but not in time. So that's a talent down kill for Nerf the Smurfs. You're going to see Nerf the Smurfs working on their right side sapper camp. Novapunk could be in trouble, though. Salem comes around, gets the slow, but does not connect on the taunt. Counter stun is online. True Saint looking for a flank opportunity. As Tyke is still down, Salem and crew are going to have to be careful here for the counter engage. It is a single altar phase coming up. Tyke is up in about 5 seconds here. But the rest of TRSG has to maintain the bottom lane presence, try to take out these sappers as they push onto this bottom wall. Sappers will connect with the wall. Tychus back on the battlefield. And we're going to have a full team fight down here. Actually, Diva's still stuck in the top lane. This could be trouble for TRSG. Odin comes out trying to interrupt Neon. Will not be able to do it in time. The stun is good onto True Saint. The Force Wall once again stopping the tank. Oh, the protected is just enough. A gigantic, massive shove pushes Gazlo all the way back to the red base. But Chromie converting the kill onto Varian. And Nerf the Smurfs is starting to turn this thing around. Up 16 shots to 12 is TRSG. But Nerf the Smurfs is starting to look like they're bringing this thing together down in the bottom lane. They've got the player advantage for another 30 seconds. We'll see what they can do with it. Tassadar just decimating that minion wave is going to make pushing into this bottom tower difficult. Gazlo and Diva trying to work on level 20 there in the top lane. But Nerf the Smurfs, with their long-range damage, is going to start working on this bottom fort. Varian just now starting to come up. We'll see what TRSG can do here. Right now they're just kind of stuck defending this bottom fort. The rest of Nerf the Smurfs is starting to rotate around. Fauna moving to the mid lane. The gank is coming in right underneath the towers. The double stun, the triple stun is there. D.Va has to get away from one more shot, and Fauna manages to escape. Salem coming around. The taunt is good onto Novapunk. That's a huge chunk of damage onto Vala. Manages to get away with that cocoon peel. It is a double altar phase in the bottom lane.
Hero slain.
The Tyrande Owl Snipe onto D.Va is good, and that's 50 seconds without D.Va.
The altars have
Diet Llama
activate them.
from across the map taking out D.Va. Amazing. True Saint just gets absolutely demolished though, and all of a sudden we're back to 4v4. Diet Llama in the bottom lane does manage to get the bottom altar, but may pay the price here. Tassadar and Tychus are on the chase. Howl the Knight trying to get away from Novapunk now as Vala is advancing very quickly. We still have an altar in the middle here. Salem going in and getting the taunt onto Vala. The silence is good. Oh, and Tyrande with the last second heal. Gravel Bomb warding away the rest of TRSG. And this altar phase is still going on. D.Va about to be back on the battlefield. Salem gets one interrupt. Howl the Knight has to be careful here. The stun goes out. Howl the Knight trying to get healed up in the background by Stukov, and here comes Thana. Anub'arak will not be joining this fight quickly. There is the D.Va bomb going out. They're trying to secure themselves a quick altar phase. Tyrande is there with the first stun. Chromie along the bottom is working on those interrupts as well. And TRSG is going to start moving in saying, we're not going to get interrupt forever. We need a kill. The taunt is good onto Chromie. Gets cleansed, but Chromie's still going down. Fauna is reduced. The stun is good. Trying to get away with those boosters. D.Va mech form gets peeled for by the black hole. Novapunk get charged onto by Salem. TRSG picks up the kill onto Chromie, and they don't lose anyone. They managed to pick up the altar. It is now 12-8. They're going to try to tap the well and move on back into this fight. They're going to move on to the left side sappers. Nerf the Smurfs taking the right side. We're still 20 seconds till Chromie is back up. Salem moving across, but they will not be there in time. There's the taunt onto Anub'arak once again. Salem taking some damage. The gravel bomb comes out, pulling Varian back across the force wall. They do not have Chromie. If TRSG can catch them, but the shooting star from Diet Llama gets the triple stun. True Saint going back in there. Salem taking a lot of damage as Thana trying to reduce it with that defense matrix. Here come the sappers for blue pushing in the bottom lane. Salem trying to get healed up by the Stukov goop. But here comes Chromie making it a 5v5 once again. And TRSG just trying to regroup here. We're gonna have a single altar phase in the bottom lane. Varian did manage to back and get healed up. And this match is coming right down to it. Nerf the Smurfs maintaining presence here in the bottom lane. Varian about to rejoin the battlefield, but it is Nerf the Smurfs that get the positional advantage here. Here comes Salem along the outside. Novapunk moving forward, manages to vault back. Fauna goes into the back line with those boosters. Lays down the bomb, is going to put True Saint on the wrong side of things, but D.Va is killed while that mech is exploding. TRSG is going to have to move in fast. They find True Saint. The silence is out. The taunt is good, and there goes Anub'arak. It's a 1-for-1 for now. The Odin is going to interrupt the capture. Black Hole gets sent out. Big red button coming down right on top of the altar. Oh, Diet Llama taking so much damage. Tychus Odin just punishing the backline, but Varian is going to be the first to fall. It's just Lugo trying to move up with the shock ray. Finds the kill onto Vala and gets away. There goes Gazlo. Sinclip is somehow still alive. Howl the Knight is moving forward. It's Chromie and Tyrande. They're going to be able to interrupt here for days. It's just Lugo trying to get the capture. Diet Llama throwing out the owl. Howl the Knight moves forward, gets the kill onto Tyrande. The counter kill onto Tychus is good. Aramrab will not get the Sandblast. So it's going to be 12 shots to 4. Only Tassadar and Stukov versus Chromie on the battlefield right now. And Chromie is going to have to be very, very careful. As Diva has now made it back to the battlefield, and Uberak will be close behind. And our TRSG actually thinking about this boss. I don't know if Diva's going to be able to build up a bomb here. It looks like they may have the damage, but Uberak and Chromie are coming up here. 8 seconds till Vala, 2 seconds till Varian. This is very, very risky here for TRSG, but they want to end this game right now. Diva's in the back, gets the kill onto Chromie. The cocoon by True Saint. But very, very low on health, but so are Sinclip, and it's just Lugo. Here come Novapunk and Neon, here comes Salem. True Saint trying to stay alive. There's the Vala kill. Fauna manages to stick onto the point. True Saint gets taken out. And TRSG get the final shots somehow. Picking up the victory on Towers of Doom. GG. What a game, back and forth. Nerf the Smurfs looked like they were down and out in the early going. But they bounced back, they started throwing punches, they started getting lane presence. But a crazy call from TRSG to go onto the boss almost gets thwarted by two members of Nerf the Smurfs. They delay till the rest of the team is back up on the battlefield. But it was just a hair short. TRSG Knights draw first blood. It's just Lugo leading the way on the hero damage for TRSG Knights, nearly 67,000. But taking a look at Neon on the Gazlo, top siege, top hero, top experience, doing some big work on the Goblin. Take a quick look at the talents, and then we'll set up for game number 2. Alrighty, game number 1 is in the books. TRSG Knights strike first. Can they close out this series 2-0, or can Nerf the Smurfs strike back? We're going to go to a quick break, and when we come back, it's going to be game number 2. Don't go far. Alright, welcome back. We are getting ready for game number 2 between TRSG Knights and Nerf the Smurfs. TRSG Knights managing to take the first point, as I forgot to update the score. Boom! There it is. These teams are ready. Let's go to the maps. I gotta let you know that the state of the series: Battlefield of Eternity, Infernal Shrines, Hanamura Temple, and Alterac Pass are banned out for this series. Towers of Doom was chosen by Nerf the Smurfs, but it was TRSG Knights that were victorious. And now TRSG is taking us to Volskaya Foundry for game number 2. Let's jump into the draft and see how these picks unfold. Nerf the Smurfs is first to act here. Saw some powerful picks coming out from TRSG. Tychus was one of them. So Howl the Knight will not be playing the Tychus this game. Gazlo did quite a number on TRSG last time. We'll see whether we're going to see a Gazlo ban coming out from TRSG. or whether they've got something else in mind here. If I was them, I'd be banning out Tyrande, because that Tyrande was money a lot of the time. Gonna stick with the Mei ban. Forcing True Saint onto the Anubarak absolutely worked well for TRSG. I expect Nerf the Smurfs to lock in that tank pretty quick this game. We'll see how they do. ETC once again banned away here by Nerf the Smurfs. So despite the nerfs, ETC still considered a Smurf. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. No rockin' cows today. TRSG gonna ban away the Johanna, so continuing to limit tank options. Diablo is open. Instead, it's gonna be a Steel Iramrab actually coming in with the Stukov. Played Chromie last game. Interesting to see that little roll switch. We'll see if it stays that way. TRSG Knights coming in with the Lucio first pick from Sinclip, being that the Stukov was no longer available. We'll see what the next one is going to be. Whether we see that Varian come out again or whether they've got another option. It is going to be the Varian once again for Salem. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Going with the pick style once again. We'll see whether Nerf the Smurfs has the answer this time. Or whether they will fall prey to the charging taunt once again. Diablo and Garrosh are available for tank options. Diet Llama gonna snap up the Sylvanas. And Novapunk is gonna be playing Arthas. There's a lot of role switchery going on right now. I'm not sure whether that Arthas is meant to be a main tank or not, or is meant to be an off-lane bruiser. We will see. TRSG Knights with the next ban option. I still think I take away the Tyrande, to be honest. I mean, Tyrande Stukov, okay, I'd probably not ban Tyrande. Leoric going to be taken away by TRSG Knights. Leoric can do some fantastic double soaking here on Volskaya. Can get away from a lot of gank attempts on these very wide lanes. So not too surprising if they weren't going to play him to see Leoric banned away. And Tassadar going to be taken away from It's Just Lugo by Nerf the Smurfs there. Those force walls were absolutely something to be reckoned with, and ruined a lot of the timing of escapes from the members of Nerf the Smurfs last game. It's Just Lugo going to take the Kael'thas that was let through this time. It was banned away last draft. Howlin' Knight is going to grab the Tracer. Interesting to see a Tracer-Lucio combination coming in from TRSG. True Saint gonna snap up an Uther pick. So I guess, I mean, True Saint played the tank last time, so I guess it's a tank Uther. And a Gazlo from Neon, okay. Alright, so it's a double front line with the Uther Arthas with the Gazlo in the off lane. That puts a lot of damage onto Sylvanas' shoulders. Okay, I mean, there's a lot of push on that team. I'll give them that. Gazlo, Sylvanas, Uther, and Arthas, that's a heavy push comp. So we'll see whether TRSG Knights can deal with it. They're going to respond with an Imperious coming in from Thana. This feels like a little bit of cheese coming in. I feel like Nerf the Smurfs isn't so much planning to team fight as they are looking to just kill structures. We'll have to see it unfold. We'll see how these teams play. It's going to be TRSG Knights versus Nerf the Smurfs here on Volskaya Foundry. Here we go. Loading in to Volskaya Foundry. Varian pick comp coming out against the heavy push. We'll see who comes out ahead. Once again on the left in the blue, it is TRSG Knights. It's just Lugo is playing the Kael'thas. Howlin' Knight is on Tracer. Salem 11 on the Varian. Synclip 808 on the Lucio, and Thana is playing the Imperius. On the right in the red, we have Nerf the Smurfs with True Saint playing the Uther. Iramrab on the Stukov. Neon on the Gazlo. Novapunk is playing Arthas. And Diet Llama is on the Sylvanas.
Let the battle begin.
And as we move to the mid lane, we see Nerf the Smurfs is nowhere to be found. Where are they? They're in the top lane. They're doing some Sylvanas cheese. Headed straight to the top fort. Novapunk was on top of it. Coming on up as well. TRSG Knights, they don't see it. They're here in the mid. They're not going to respond to the push. The top wall is already taken out. And here comes Salem. They're going to try to help out. Neon may have stayed a little bit too long. Slowed by Varian, but the taunt isn't going to be online. Imperius with the huge spear. True Saint is going to be in some trouble here, getting some armor back. Varian is actually going to be the first to fall. Thana having to pop that unstoppable, but still gets caught by the Gazlo bomb and the Stukov silence, and that is a double kill coming in for Nerf the Smurfs. So they get the tower push, they get the double kill, and we're going to be starting out this game with a bang here. Neon heading back down to the bottom lane to do Gazlo things, gonna start up this turret alongside Diet Llama. The stun comes out. True Saint's gonna be able to get away here. As we see Imperius head down to the bottom to try to deal with this Gazlo push. Checking in on the level 1 here, it was the Impaling Light from Imperius, so not gonna be doing huge damage to Gazlo in that off lane. As we see TRSG Knights picking up the turret camp on the left-hand side. An early siege camp coming in for Nerf the Smurfs. They're going to have this pushing the top lane straight away here. Salem moving around the right side of the map looking for Iramrab. Gonna just go ahead and pick up this experience. Rest of Nerf the Smurfs clearing out this mid lane, and they're going to start their rotations. Checking in on the top, it looks like Uther alongside this siege camp is getting a big ol' push versus Salem. Checking in on the bottom lane, everything looking pretty normal there. Nerf the Smurfs going right after the heal camp. Knowing that TRSG has to deal with this camp in the top lane, Novapunk has to pop the unstoppable with that medallion. Arthas could be in some trouble here. Arthas taken out by TRSG Knights, but that may not be all. The silence onto Salem is good. Lucio is actually going to be going down here. Howlin' Knight and Salem managed to get away. But this siege camp is still pushing for Nerf the Smurfs. Now with nearly a full level lead, Salem does have the taunt available, but the counter slow and silence is there, and Varian is down. Black arrows out from Diet Llama. They're not done with this top lane. Shutting down this tower. True Saint with the living bomb. Sticking around, they actually use this heal camp to help push this top lane. Here comes Novapunk as well. And they're just relentless. The root onto Lucio is good, and there's the top tower gone. TRSG is really on the back foot here as they're about to be down level 7 going into this first objective. Thana in the bottom lane just trying to catch level 7 for the blue team. Taunt is good onto Novapunk, but Arth is still pretty healthy here, especially with that Uther armor coming in from Iramrab. They have to be careful, they gotta have level 7 before they move in. Diet Llama trying to force Imperius out of lane. And it looks like TRSG Knights are not going to be able to contest this first objective. They're working on their siege camp here in the top. Tracer and Varian just trying to find level 7 here in the top and the mid lanes. Looks like they're about to do it. Salem going to try to step onto the point. Here comes Thana as well. The rest of the crew from TRSG is coming in, and looks like we may have a fight here. That's 2 empowered turrets coming out from Nerf the Smurfs, though. Stun onto Synclip is good, and Lucio is taken out. Fauna down as well. Novapunk gonna have to be careful with that living bomb, manages to get out of the way. And that's the first protector of the game going over to nerf the Smurfs. Top lane was already pushed in. They're going to try to get some damage on this mid wall before taking this protector up to deal with the top lane. Diet Llama clearing away the siege camp. Looks like the protector is going to be here to help. Clearing that away with one smack of the fists. Protector trying to move up, trying to get some damage onto this top fort. Gets the slam, but already taken down to half health here. Without the help of this minion wave or the rest of the team, I'm not sure how much further this protector is going to be able to go. Gets the slam onto the well. The well's a lot more healthy since the last patch, but it will be taken out here. So they do manage to get the well, and with the wall already down, they've pretty much hit the goal point for the first objective of the game, which is to clear away that top wall and well. Moved out, Salem gets the taunt onto Arthas once again, but Novapunk's still very healthy. Gazlo's setting up those turrets, trying to prevent anyone from moving into that zone, but level 10 is here for Nerf the Smurfs. We're looking at the Gravel Bomb, we're looking at the Syndragosa, Massive Shove, Wailing Arrow, and Uther, undecided. So it is a Syndragosa from Arthas, playing very, very aggressively here, as Diet Llama stealing the turret camp away from TRSG Knights as they try to regroup here in the top lane. Siege camp picked up by Neon on the right-hand side. TRSG rotating around. They're still looking for level 10 here as level 11 comes through for Nerf the Smurfs, and Uther's still holding that ult. It's going to be another heal camp going over to Nerf the Smurfs. TRSG Knights just trying to move together. Salem looking for this heal camp, which still hasn't been picked up, but there's Neon picking it up there. Checking in on the bottom lane, True Saint is battling against Thana down here. And that 2 levels up Uther is really bullying around Imperius. Looks like Neon and Diet Llama are going for yet another turret camp, but neither of them can pick it up. So Hiram Rab is going to come on down and try to help with that. Novapunk managing to escape the gank in the top lane, getting a timely Frost Presence onto the advancing Varian. Heroics are here for TRSG Knights. We are looking at the Sound Barrier, the Wrath of Angiras from Imperius, interestingly enough. It is a Quantum Spike for Tracer, Pyroblast coming in for Kael'thas, and the Shield Wall for Varian. It is the Divine Shield that was ultimately picked up by Uther. There's the Syndragosa. The slow is there. The towers are all turned off. Wailing Arrow goes out, and with these towers turned off, that means that Nerf the Smurfs can move in here. Diet Llama, could be in some trouble here. The Pyroblast goes out for good measure, but Sylvanas is down. And TRSG Knights pick up the kill. Crusade coming on up. Thana not landing that Impale. But with a 5v4, we'll see what TRSG Knights can do with this brief advantage. We're going to have Control Point B unlocking in the top lane. Left side siege camp being worked on here by TRSG Knights. Uther still whacking away at Imperius down here in the bottom lane. They have found level 13. That one kill for TRSG Knights gave them a pretty healthy experience boost if we check in here. 6 kills to 2, but only 900 experience behind on those hero kills. And Nerf the Smurfs are ahead in every other category, nearly 3,000 ahead in mercenary experience, and over 2,000 ahead on the minions. There's the taunt onto Gazlo once again. The stun, the pushback, and Neon is taken out in that solo, drops the Gravel Bomb, but drops the heal camp as well. Looks like it could be in solo for a solo as Thana is slowed down and taken down. Imperius is donezo. So TRSG are going to get some protector percentage here, but ruling the bottom of the map is Nerf the Smurfs. Are they just going to keep on pushing? Looks like Sylvanas is thinking about it, just going to start the siege up with those black arrows, but the rest of Nerf the Smurfs going to try to move to the top lane. Salem will see them coming. Gazlo coming on up as well. They've still got 40% to get onto this point. Sylvanas is going to come join. Imperious now back on the battlefield. If they're going to move in, they better move in soon. They've got their 2 turrets to place down. Novapunk's on the point. There's the 1 turret. The Merc Queen is making them huge. Gravel Bomb comes out. Silence is good. Heal Camp out as well. Silence Arrow onto the 3 backline members of TRSG Knights. Lucio's speed is getting everyone out of dodge, though. The Syndragosa is slowing him right back down again, and Novapunk's on the chase. The sound barrier is fantastic, forcing Arthas to back up. Wrath of Angiris finds the pick onto Iramrab, and Stukov's going to go down. Thana taken out in response. The Quantum Spike lands onto True Saint. Uther having to heal up in the background. Tracer actually taken out in the aura of Arthas, and somehow Novapunk's gonna get away. True Saint isn't done. Wants the kill onto Lugo. Uther gets counter-killed, but it's gonna start healing up the members of Nerf the Smurfs. These Gazlo turrets are doing a great job of warding away the members of TRSG. They've only got 2 members on the battlefield, and they're gonna lose control of this protector point. Somehow they're not done, though. The protect comes out from Salem, but the slow... Ooh, Gravel Bomb does not catch Varian. Somehow they're still on this point. Here comes Imperious. Salem moving right back in there. Novapunk very low on mana is going to have to start moving out, but here comes Iramrab. And the fight just will not stop. Uther back on the battlefield, going to be trailing behind Tracer and Kael'thas. Oh, the massive shove not managing to push Thana off the point, and we now have a double overtime situation. Thana looking for the Impale. Diet Llama uses the Haunting Wave to get on out of there. Novapunk just trying to find some kind of mana to work with. The stun is good. Silence Arrow out onto 3 members of TRSG once again. Invulnerable self-cast Divine Shield on the Uther. Gets the pick onto Varian. Thana using the belt to move away. And finally, it looks like Nerf the Smurfs will pick up this Protector B. They've got the 2-level lead. They've got the talent tier advantage. We'll see what they're going to do here. Looks like they're going to start this push in the top lane, turning off the fort and using this Protector to blast this structure down. Varian, the only one yet to return to the battlefield. Thana moving around the outside, just trying to match the movements of this Protector. Looks like they're going to focus on the mid-fort next. Gets the laser, gets the slam, and this fort will absolutely be going down here. There's the Pyroblast onto the Protector, getting a little bit of damage. They're going to grab this well. Oh, there's the root! Fantastic job from Iramrab. Gets the kill onto Tracer of all heroes. And they're going to work on this mid-keep wall. Protector being keyed on by these towers, though. True Saint gonna have to be careful with that living bomb. There's the Syndragosa gonna turn everything off. Root onto the backline of TRSG. Wrath of Angiris onto Sylvanas is gonna get the stun in the backline. The follow-up is good. Diet Llama somehow still alive there. They find the kill onto Lucio. And with this keep still turned off, well, just now turning back on, Salem manages to avoid the stun of Gazlo, and this mid-keep is turned off by the black arrows. And it's going to be mid-keep picked up by Nerf the Smurfs. Ahead 17-15 here, as they move on to the siege camp of TRSG. And TRSG, now down 6 structures to 3, are looking for an answer, as Nerf the Smurfs is just going to go ahead and paint the map red. Turret camp on the left-hand side picked up here. These turrets mean an awful lot for Nerf the Smurfs with that Merc Queen talent coming in from Sylvanas. Looks like Novapunk, True Saint, and Iramrab are going to work on this bottom fort wall. Salem looking for a throw, finds the taunt. Unstoppable coming out onto Iramrab. Synclip is on the chase, but Stukov is going to be just fine here. If there's ever a time to fight for TRSG, it could be now. They're about to be down 3 levels, but at least they're on even talent tiers. Gazlo in the top lane. Thana is here. This could be the fight that they're looking for. Thana looking for the Impale. The root comes out from Novapunk, though, and denies that engage. Now TRSG is going to have to back off. They do not have the numbers anymore. They're just going to have to move up and deal with this siege camp in the top lane. That puts the heal camp squarely in the sights of Nerf the Smurfs. They're going to pick that up and take another huge item advantage here. Moving very aggressively. Going to rotate right around the left side of the map here. Looking for a gank. Novapunk going to move out. Moves right into the double stun from Kael'thas. Salem caught in the grapple bomb. There's the sound barrier coming out from Soundclip to try to save It's Just Lugo. Pyroblast comes out. Wrath of Angiris pulls Sylvanas out of the battlefield. Stun is good. Synclip and... oh, Sylvanas actually taken out. Thana taken out as well. It's a 1-for-1. Novapunk moving on in, trying to slow down the members of TRSG. That's a lot of Kael'thas damage coming out. The root is not going to land on it. It's just Lugo. But that's level 20. Look at all those bombs from Caslo coming out. Huge zone control coming in from Neon. With Sylvanas and Imperius down, it's going to be a 4v4 as Protector C is online. Is that a level 20 talent? Bomb toss. Launches 2 more bombs when it detonates. Look at that. Continuing the siege in the bottom lane. Is Nerf the Smurfs. Oh, trying to do a flank, though. Can they back off enough? Novapunk. Ooh, Salem manages to avoid the gravel bomb coming out, but the spreading... what are those things even called? Explodium charges. It's been so long since I got to cast a Gazlo game. The Explodium charge is just proliferating in lane, forcing TRSG back. They're going to try to pick up a turret here, as we see Diet Llama on the right-hand side doing just the same. But 75%. I don't know whether this is advised or even possible for TRSG. Massive shove onto Salem is going to send Varian all the way back to base. Varian going to try to rejoin the fray. But Nerf the Smurfs, it looks like they're going to pick up the third objective here. Salem trying to find a way back on, will not find it. Here comes Protector C. And we'll see what they're going to do. Are they going to push bottom lane? It looks like the Syndragosa is out. Medallion is popped, but a second too early. The Silence Root is good, and that's going to be it for Salem. This could be a push to victory. Novapunk just absorbing all of that damage coming in from TRSG. Protector still very healthy, pushing in the bottom lane here, and it looks like they're not going to bother with this bottom keep. They're just going to go to the core in the mid. With Varian down, this is going to be a very tricky defense for TRSG Knights. Here comes the Protector, and it's going to move straight onto the core here. Pyroblast comes out to try to chunk down this Protector. It's already down to half health. It's trying to go onto the core. Shielding is still up. Novapunk being forced back. Core shielding still up. I'm not sure this could be it. TRSG putting up a good defense here. Thana finding the Impale, but the stun is there. Sound barrier. Protector is down, still 70% on the core. Thana's going to have to be careful. Imperius is taken out. Howlin' Knight working on the edges. Gets killed by Stukov with the edge of that weighted pustule. And the core is still being worked on by Nerf the Smurfs. 50% onto the core and with 2 down. I don't think TRSG can stop this. Explodium charges on the core, and that is going to be it. Nerf the Smurfs even up the series 1-1. GG. What a game. Nerf the Smurfs, with the very unorthodox composition, coming out swinging and taking the victory on Volskaya Foundry. Once again, Neon on the Gazlo, sweeping the charts. Top Siege, top Hero, and top Experience for Nerf the Smurfs. TRSG Knights, it was Kael'thas leading the way with the siege and the hero damage nearly cresting up to 73,000. It's just Lugo playing a great game there for TRSG Knights. Once again, we'll take a gander at the talents, and then we're going to set up for a game number 3. All right, Nerf the Smurfs. Even things up, 1-1. Can they bring it all the way back, or can TRSG Knights swing things back and take game number 3? We're going to go to a short break, but when we come back, the finale of TRSG Knights versus Nerf the Smurfs. Don't go far. All right, welcome back. We are getting ready for game number 3 between TRSG Knights and Nerf the Smurfs. Looks like our teams are about ready to go. Let's bring you over to the map screen and let you know about the state of this series. Dragonshire. Battlefield of Eternity, Infernal Shrines, Hanamura Temple, and Alterac Pass have been banned out for this series. Towers of Doom was chosen by Nerf the Smurfs, but it was TRSG Knights who came out on top. TRSG Knights then chose Volskaya Foundry, but it was Nerf the Smurfs who cruised their way to victory. And now it is Nerf the Smurfs that have chosen Dragonshire. Can they break the trend and go to victory? Let's find out and get into the draft. Alrighty. TRSG Knights, first act here. They've been very consistent with that May ban so far. Hey, Jason. Hope the music's okay. Sylvanas gonna be banned away. Sylvanas absolutely doing some work in that last game. Not too surprised to see that ban come on through. I'll have to check the VODs back, make sure there's nothing wrong with the tunes. One thing that I have noticed, Jason, especially like the first stream I tune into during a night, after one of those big Amazon ads, it puts this weird crackle on streams, but then if I just refresh the page, it goes away. So I don't know if that's what you're hearing or if it's something on my end, but hope everything's okay. ETC once again banned away by Nerf the Smurfs, followed up by the Johanna ban of TRSG Knights. See what Nerf the Smurfs wants to ban. They don't want to give away the Stukov. It's been pretty key these last couple games. So if they can't have it, they don't want TRSG to have it. And Howlin' Knight is going to snap up that Tychus right away. So that leaves Gazlowe open. Leon has played it the first 2 games. We'll see whether it's going to come through again here for Nerf the Smurfs. Hiram Rab is going to go right back onto the Chromie, and there it is. Gazlowe for a 3rd game in a row for Neon. I find it interesting that the TRSG is sticking with that Johanna ban, the way that Gazlowe's been going. It's just Lugo is going to grab the Li Ming, and Thana is going to counter with a Rexar. So the 3rd different hero here for Thana, 3rd different hero for Lugo. Hope you're having a good day there, Jason. Glad to see you in chat. Nerf the Smurfs thinking about their next ban. The offlaner and the damage are already set. They're going to ban away the Varian, so they're going to force Salem onto a different tank for this last game. TRSG looking down the Chromie Gazlowe once again. They had some pretty useful, pretty good game number 1, choking out the tank pool last time. They're going to put the Diablo ban up once again. May still available, as well as Garrosh. So we'll see what True Saint wants to do in terms of tanks. It is going to be the May that was finally let through, available for True Saint. TRSG, they need a healer, they need another damage, probably something with some PvE. Novapunk is going to bring in the Lili. Trying to counter that Tychus damage. And Misha damage, I suppose. Snap pick from Salem and Synclip. It's the Muradin and the Lucio. So our first Muradin of the series, and back on the Lucio is Synclip. Diet Llama with the flex. What's it going to be? It's not going to be Sylvanas. Are we going to see something like a Rainer, like a Greymane? Or is it going to be something funky? It's going to be something down and dirty. Is it going to be a Tyrande? Show me Tyrande. No, it's going to be Cassia. Cassia coming out for Nerf the Smurfs. So, got a little bit of a blind composition being built here by Nerf the Smurfs. Trying to shut down that Tychus damage, but the Rexar is definitely something to contend with. Game number 3, TRSG Knights versus Nerf the Smurfs here on Dragonshire. Who is going to take the series? Let's find out. Alrighty. Here we go. Game number 3 is underway. On the left in the blue, TRSG Knights. Salem 11 on the Muradin. It's just Lugo playing Li Ming. Howla Knight is on the Tychus. Synclip 808 on the Lucio. And Thana is playing Rexar. On the right in the red, we have Nerf the Smurfs with True Saint on the Mei. Iramrab is playing Chromie. Diet Llama is on the Cassia. Neon is on the Gazlo, and Novapunk is playing Lily.
3, 2, 1.
Looks like we have a pause request coming out. Thana having a little bit of a lag spike. And we're going to head on back to me for a moment. Alrighty, we are back. Game number 3 is officially starting. Teams meet in the mid lane, trying to keep control over the vision. Misha moving across. Gonna force True Saint on out of there. Pet the bear? No. Hit the bear. The wave clear battle starts. We're gonna see Rexar heading right up to the top lane. Salem taking some poke damage. That's alright. It's that Muradin trait. Gonna put Salem back to full health real quick. Actually taking that perfect storm on one. So gonna try to get some extra damage out of those Qs. Salem gonna have to be careful here. Salem trying to move on up, getting out of the edge of that blizzard. Checking in on that top lane. Now, what's interesting about this matchup, Rexar versus Gazlo, is the mana management. So if Misha takes a little too much damage, that's going to drain a lot of the mana coming out from Rexar. So we see Diet Llama on the right-hand side, working on that siege camp. TRSG moving to the mid lane. They want to find Neon. Salem looking for the stun. The pushback is there. Is that going to be an early kill onto Gazlo? It looks like it will. Howla Knight could be killed in response. Iramrab does not have the Dragon's Breath available. And first blood of the game goes over to TRSG Knights. That's going to give a pretty significant XP advantage here in the top lane. Looking at those orbs just melt away. Oh, True Saint manages to catch a couple of them. Very nicely done. Altars are up. Looks like it's going to be Rexar versus Mei up here. Interesting little matchup. Thana gonna have to move on back a little bit, try to let Misha tank some of that damage. Mei not known for the damage output, but doing okay so far. Checking in on the bottom lane, it looks like the siege camp for Nerf the Smurfs is starting to get onto the wall here of TRSG Knights. Jason claiming that I'm a statue, and then saying they needed to reset. Oh, the time stop in the middle of the leap. Oh, Salem manages to get away from the Dragon's Breath. Oh my gosh, taking some Cassia damage as well. Salem, move back. Let the trait work. There it goes. Right now, it looks like Nerf the Smurfs has taken advantage with this long-range artillery from the Cassia and the Chromie. Checking on back at the top lane. Yeah, the turret clear from Rexar, not so hot right now, so Gazlo gonna start controlling that space. Salem working versus Mei in the mid lane. True Saint trying to control this Dragon Knight. The rest of TRSG can't do a whole lot going into this long-range matchup. Hiramab is just... Look at this cannon just melting away. There's nothing TRSG can do here. Sinclip and Salem trying to stop True Saint in the mid lane. The long-range wave clear of TRSG Knights is just not there with Tychus and Li Ming, so they're going to have a really, really tough time moving forward in this bottom lane. Checking in on the top lane. Looks like Rexar and Gazlo continuing to have at it here. Gazlo, able to set up those turrets, is going to start tilting that matchup more and more. Salem coming in to try to help. Does not land the Stormbolt. The double stun is there. It looks like Neon will manage to back away here. But this bottom lane siege, already taking out the well. And Chromie Lily Cassia is proving to be a bridge too far here for TRSG. Salem is going to have to come down here and help this out. Mei in the top lane controlling that dragon once again. Here comes Salem and crew, using that Lucio speed boost to move on in. They want Nova Punk. Muradin trying to get the body block, will not have it. Lily survives for now. Diet Llama is right in the thick of things. Muradin goes down to that extreme kill pressure coming out from Cassia and Chromie. And TRSG Knights are stuck looking for an answer. As Rexar trying to bully Gazlo off the point, but it looks like Mei is going to... Sinclip trying to stop. Oh, picks up the Dragon Knight, and Nerf the Smurfs get the kill onto Tychus in the bottom lane. So this dragon is going to start pushing mid, but is taking a lot of tower damage right now. Sinclip, and it's just Lugo taking this dragon down to half health already. So it looks like this dragon will have to back on out of there. We'll try to take a couple more whacks. Just hit it. One. Muradin's kicked away. Hit it again. Okay. Dragon picks up the cannon. This guy gonna start trying to walk away. TRSG. Decent kind of defense for Dragon number 1. Sinclip gonna have to be careful there. Oh, Cassia trying to bounce the lightning off the well. Does not quite find the kill onto Lucio. But ultimately, it's really the wave clear and the long-range artillery that are keeping Nerf the Smurfs at such an advantage. True Saint coming in and blocking the gank attempt. They're about to find level 10 as Howland Knight is being pushed back by Iramrab. Those Dragon's Breaths are just dealing so much damage on the backline. Level 10 is here for Nerf the Smurfs. It is the Jug of 1,000 Cups for Lily. Gravel Bomb coming in for Gazlo. Slowing Sands. Ball Lightning. And Mei still thinking about it. Neon working on the Bruiser camp on the right-hand side here for Nerf the Smurfs. TRSG just trying to move across the map. They're going to grab their Siege Giants on the left-hand side. But the Bruiser camp on the bottom is going to go over to Nerf the Smurfs here. It is the Avalanche coming in for Mei. So you're going to see the big ol' snowball rolling across this map. Right side. Push continues here. Sorry folks, just a moment.
Another chance to prove yourself.
There we go, back into it. Level 10 has arrived for TRSG Knights. It is the Avatar, Odin, the Disintegrate, Laser Beam coming in from Li Ming, High Five from Lucio, and Bestial Wrath from Rexar. Left side Bruiser Camp was picked up by Rexar. And Thana's going to be pushing in, or trying to de-push this top lane along with this Bruiser Camp. Bottom lane, though, Jug of 1,000 Cups is put out. Murden is caught in the Blizzard stun, and Salem is going to have to walk on out of there. Diet Llama is on the chase, though. Chromie landing those Dragon's Breaths. The fend is good. That's a double kill. Could that be a triple? Murden is killed by the Avalanche. That's a triple kill for Nerf the Smurfs. And they're trying to get set up for a second Dragon Knight as the solo laners clashing with these bruiser camps. Neon is going to control this top altar, but the push in the bottom lane continues here for Nerf the Smurfs. Continuing to shell away here in the bottom lane. Looks like we've got another pause. Hopefully. Oh, we got a bit of a lag issue. All right, we are back at it. Nerf the Smurfs. Big push here in the bottom lane, getting the bottom keep wall. It looks like True Saint is going to pick up the second Dragon Knight here. And we'll see where they're going to go. Are they going to push mid, try to finish off this fort? It looks like they're going to rotate right around to the bottom lane and try to work on this keep. They have the level 13 advantage. Dragon Knight kicks Murden on out of there. Fend from Cassia, throws out the ball lightning. That's a lot of damage thrown out onto that ball lightning. Salem gonna have to be careful on the edges here. Uses the dwarf toss to try to get away. The kick from the dragon is not quite enough damage. This Dragon Knight very, very hurt here. He's already burned down. The keep's still pretty healthy. Now, this is the engage the TRSG needs. Murden Avatar is popped, but Salem is gonna have to back off. This is the chance. You gotta move forward. Salem trying to move up, trying to lead the rest of the team forward into this fight. But ultimately, looks like they just don't have the opportunity. The Avalanche disengages there. It's going to send Lugo and Howlin' Knight to the back line. And Nerf the Smurfs is right back into the position they've been so dominant in all game. Just sieging from afar. Checking back on the top lane, it looks like Gazlo's been getting some work done versus Rexar here. Fauna throwing out the abilities onto Neon. It's going to be a siege camp steal on the left-hand side. They're just going to go ahead and move across and get these siege camps pushing. Neon continuing the pressure in the top lane. Fauna just trying to clear away that wave, not let Gazlo get under the tower. Here comes TRSG. They want to find Neon. The jump is good. The gravel bomb comes out and catches two, but it's not going to be enough. Gazlo is down in the top lane. We'll see what Nerf the Smurfs can do with this space. They lost their solo laner, and they're going to start moving ahead here to try to clear this lane and try to get this catapult and siege camp up onto this bottom keep. Oh, here comes TRSG. They're coming in the flank again. Chromie stops the advancing Murden. True Saint trying to peel, but Salem's right on the back line there, slowing down Iramrab. Rexar coming in as well as Cassia's in the top lane, and this is TRSG. My goodness. True Saint. Oh, the laser is going to be good onto Lily, and that's another kill here for TRSG. Doing a great job of advancing there. That's exactly what they've got to do in these team fights. They've got to just run all up onto Chromie. Top fort was taken out by Cassia. Salem coming down from the top lane here. Gazlo working on the right side bruiser camp. And the bottom bruiser camp worked on by True Saint and Iramrab. Looks like Rexar is going to control this bottom shrine. I don't think they see this coming. They're wondering where the heck they could be on the map, and now they're going to come on down, but it's going to be too late. True Saint and Iramrab, they have this wall to retreat to, but is that going to be enough? Yes, it will. May and Chromie manage to get on out of there. There's the stop onto Salem once again. Avatar popped, but that's not going to be enough. Murden is taken down here. Sinclip caught in the Graviton bomb. It's just Lugo trying to ward away with those big arcane orbits. There's the Jug of 1,000 Cups to keep everyone nice and healthy here from Novapunk. But with the tank down, TRSG is going to give up another Dragon Knight here.
I tried
Howler Knight goes for the interrupt, but will not get it.
Burns.
The push continues in the bottom lane here for Nerf the Smurfs. Looks like the dragon will be coming down to this bottom lane once again. It's just Lugo with that disintegrate. That's the wave clear that they need. Dialama keyed onto by this keep. And here comes the dragon, just a whack or two and it'll be done.
Destroyed a fort.
Could they be thinking about core? This could be a very risky call. It's a 5v5 defense with Gazlo in the Dragon Knight. True Saint has to pop the Unstoppable to heal back up. And they're fighting underneath this core, but they're not getting any of the shields down. Salem is safe under the keep. True Saint trying to get away from the core here. Dragon is down. Gravel Bomb catches Misha only. And Nerf the Smurfs is going to have to try to take the long way out of here. TRSG is not done yet. Neon gets the stun onto Misha. Diet Llama staying nice and healthy with that Surge of Light. Salem has to jump on out. Pops the Avatar. It's just Lugo is just lobbing in those big arcane orbits. But Nerf the Smurfs is going to escape. Salem is on the chase. The rest of the squad just going to group up here in the mid, move over to the safe side siege camp. TRSG is going to take their left side siege camp. And TRSG has started to take some of these fights to advance into Nerf the Smurfs. But they've got to convert something out of these. They've got to move forward, they've got to get some structure damage as they're now down at bottom keep. They've yet to take a fort. And as this passive experience builds up, it's going to be more and more time before level 20 is here. Murden is pushed back into the members of Nerf the Smurfs and is blown up. Salem taken down by Diet Llama. We'll see what Nerf the Smurfs can do with this advantage. Looks like Gazlo's going to clear the top lane. Ooh, the Jugs has to come out from Novapunk to save the members of Nerf the Smurfs. Healing them all back up. Gazlo going to try to clear away this camp in the top lane, but it's still 15 seconds until Murden is back on the battlefield. The rest of TRSG is moving around trying to find this Gazlo kill. It's pretty close to this wall. The pushback is there. Look at the body blocks. TRSG find Gazlo. A very, very effective gank there, doing a great job of just using their bodies to cut off the way of escape. Very, very nicely done. Nerf the Smurfs is just going to try to guide this camp towards the core in the bottom lane and keep presence down here on this bottom altar. We'll see how they rotate, though. Looks like Cassia going to be moving to the top lane. True Saint and Novapunk just trying to keep vision here in the mid. Salem in the bottom lane turning this Dragon Shrine over to the blue team. While Diet Llama works on the top, and the dance is going to continue here. Though the longer this dance continues, the more it benefits Nerf the Smurfs as they are very rapidly approaching level 20. Bruiser Camp is going to be taken down here by Nerf the Smurfs. But the bottom side Bruiser Camp now being worked on by TRSG. It's a pretty important pickup here to try to de-push the constant catapults that are going to be coming down this bottom lane. Neon staying close to the wall here. Trying to clear away this Bruiser Camp. Nerf the Smurfs maintaining presence in the mid lane. Good scout there by True Saint, finds Misha in the bush. And TRSG are just looking for any way to engage, but they're now down level 20 to level 18. True Saint is going to face check. The stun comes out, the slide is good. Unstoppable is peeled away, Avalanche goes out, but it's not going to be enough. May is down. Gravel Bomb whiffs in the top lane, and TRSG are pushing forward. There's the Avatar from Salem. But again, it's so hard to push onto the members of Nerf the Smurfs while these walls are still in play. They've got the top wall, but the mid and bottom wall are still up there, still protecting, and now we have a huge wave pushing in the top lane here for Nerf the Smurfs. Good interrupt there from Salem, while Rexar takes back the top altar. And Nerf the Smurfs are just playing the map. They're just grabbing the camps, keeping this bottom lane pushed out. Top Keep taken down below half health with that gigantic minion wave led by that bruiser camp. Luckily, Keep's still alive, but Neon is going to flip this altar over to the red team. That's going to force TRSG to move into the mid lane to try to stop the channel. Misha moving on to the point. Murden still in the bottom lane. Odin is popped here by Howlin' Knight. And Salem is coming up, and this is going to be the fight. May is just now coming out of base. There's the Grabo Bomb. Misha's taken down. Salem moving on to Neon, and here we go. Unstoppable pop onto Diet Llama. Howlin' Knight now being keyed on. True Saint gets the icing. There is the triple avalanche onto the members of TRSG. A gigantic fend. Lucio is going to go down here. There goes Murden. There goes Rexar. Caught in the time trap of Iramrab. That's going to be a dragon, and I think they're going to be going core here. 3 members down from TRSG, and Nerf the Smurfs is going to march down the bottom lane and look for the victory. Trying to use that Disintegrate to clear the lane, but it's already pushed in by this siege camp. Here comes the dragon, here comes Nerf the Smurfs, and this is going to do it. Outside of some miraculous reset, but no, here comes the dragon. It's full health, the core shielding is gone, and Dragonshire and the series go over to Nerf the Smurfs. Coming all the way back for the 2-1 series victory. GG. Very nicely done. For a 3rd game in a row, Neon on the Gazlo, leading the way on the siege, on the hero damage, and on the soak. Showing what Gazlo is all about. Very nicely done there. 10 kills to 5 for Nerf the Smurfs. It's just Lugo on the Li Ming. Top siege, top hero, almost reaching that 70k mark for TRSG Knights. But I think the lack of wave clear and the lack of engage options in the early game just led to a map situation that was so difficult to deal with. And Nerf the Smurfs are victorious. Take a quick look at the talents, and then we'll see if we can get an interview with our winners. Alrighty. Head into my favorite lobby 5. And True Saint is already here. Hello.
How's it going, man?
Going great. Congratulations on the hard-fought victory there.
Thanks. We were a little scared on that last game, but I feel like we had good macro. I feel like we're pushing in on all sides.
Absolutely. Very, very good map control coming out from you guys there on Dragonshire. It looked like it was really the wave clear advantage that you gained from the Cassia and the Chromie that was really helping out in that bottom lane. When you're in a situation like that where you've got the enemy pretty much pinned behind their walls, what are you looking for in terms of enemy movements? What do you think could possibly sort of go wrong in those sort of situations?
Well, I think I pretty much embodied it when I went to the mid triangle of bushes and got ganked as May. That's what I was looking for. I was trying to flank them, and then I walked into a bush gank. But essentially what we're looking for is Murden coming in from behind, jumping on one of the backliners, mainly Chromie, and getting deleted quickly. The good thing is they didn't go with the punchy ultimate. I don't remember what it's called. Haymaker. Yeah, they didn't go with that because that can be really punishing, punching our weak squishies into their team. But we're really looking for someone that's trying to pick someone off. They can do it with Bear too, but mostly Murden.
Absolutely. Very good job finding the fights that you needed. It really started to be back and forth there. TRSG was starting to get some good engages, but ultimately the map pressure really helped with the victory there. So talk to me a little bit about Gazlo. Gazlo kind of ignored a lot in the NGS, at least in a lot of the games that I've cast in favor of Diva. But Neon on all 3 games, leading the charts, dealing out the pain on Gazlo. Is that one that is that like a passion pick? Is that something that you guys have figured out that other teams haven't?
Yeah, so what we're trying to do is find maps that we can double soak on, and that's what we were targeting. I credit the other team a lot of credit because they took away the maps we normally default to, BOE and Infernal Shrines, but they did a good job of kind of counter-picking what our game plan was, so we kind of switched it up. We thought about doing a little bit of Zarya Gazlo for Graviton Gravobomb, but we needed a little bit more damage than Zarya can really put out. Plus, they picked Varian second game, and we didn't want to get shield broken. So the Gazlo is it's a little bit of a flavor of the month kind of a thing. It's a little bit of a pet project, but the numbers have been working really well for us, especially in Stormlink practices. He's been leading all numbers across the board, including self-healing. Mm-hmm. So we felt comfortable with it. We've been practicing it, and we're just trying to build around it. So our focus has been get him bunched up or get him slowed with like Arthas and then knock him down with Gravo. We didn't hit a lot of Gravo bombs, honestly, but I think we did a good job poking down with the damage that we had, especially that Cass.
Absolutely, having the two blind generators with May and with Lily really helping turn on that hyper carry Cassia moment, especially right there at the end with the big Fen triple kill. Really, really cool to see.
Yeah, my thought was essentially how do we counter Tychus, because he's just chewing through people. He also got reworked in the last patch, and it's been a really difficult time figuring out how to deal with him. So instead of just picking him out, we just picked a bunch of blinds, and I think it worked out.
Definitely nullifying a lot of that Tychus damage was very, very helpful there in that last game for sure. Talk to me a little bit about the transition between Games 1 and Game 2 when it came to the Varian pick. We saw Varian come out from TRSG in both games, but the obviously coming out ahead in that game number 2. What was the difference in comms or the difference in comps when it came to going up against that Varian?
Mainly, we recognized that the problem wasn't the taunt, it was the silence in the wall. So we banned out Stukov by taking him, and we banned out Tacitor by banning him. And that really helped us get through what was the crushing part, and the taunt became irrelevant. Additionally, the thing that we really wanted to do for Varian was have a cleanse, so I swapped to Uther so that we can have a cleanse at 7. So even if he does get it off, I can instantly cleanse it, and we can disengage.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely a good pivot there. Just taking away the other elements that were making it so crushing and turning around that matchup. Very, very nicely done. So we're starting to get sort of into the mid-season. We've got a few games under your belt. Are there any teams left in your division that you're looking forward to facing?
Yes. I'm looking forward to placing Rescaling because, as a former teammate of mine, we were both on Bloodbath and Beyond last season, and then we kind of split off and made our own teams, and we ended up in the same division, so we're really looking forward to playing them. We scrimmed them before the season started. It's a little lopsided in our favor, but I think it might be a little bit more in their favor now because they just beat Clouded Minds, who historically I've had trouble beating, so I'm looking forward to playing Rescaling.
Fantastic. Looking forward to that matchup for sure. So once again, congratulations on the hard-fought 2-1 victory there. Are there any shout-outs you'd like to make before we close things out here?
Yeah, I just want to give a shout-out to my team, but specifically to anyone playing the Gazlo. It was on point. Additionally, he's been doing all the stats for us and compiling the matchups for us beforehand, which has been a big help because I've been pretty busy working from home and stuff, taking care of my 3 kids, and it's really helpful to have that stat block there so we can figure out how we can do our best in draft and in map picks.
Fantastic. Great series from anyone. Great series from you guys. And yeah, once again, congratulations and good luck going forward.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. Appreciate the cast.